I'm super excited to come to you with our final FREEbruary update today. We participated in FREEbruary on my channel and in my Budget Babes group. It is a savings challenge in which we were freeing ourselves from habits that mess up our budget. And we tracked our savings along the way and what lessons we learned. So I'm coming to you today to tell you about those.
Hi, I'm Megan with Bethel Budgets. I'm here because it's more than just math. At some point, you've probably built a budget. You've laid out your income, you've laid out your expenses, and thought it's simple math. I'll just stick to what's on the paper. But then life happened and your budget didn't work out. The reason? Because it's more than just math. That's where I come in. Let's figure this out together. Don't give up. You've got this.
I gave up Instacart and I saved about $160 in my tracking. However, I learned very early on that it was so expensive to use Instacart. It really took out the temptation. The only savings I tracked was when I was tempted to use Instacart. And so then I would add up the total on Instacart and what I actually spent in the store. And I only was really tempted with 3 or 4 times. And so I know that that's not an apples to apples sort of comparison because I was using Instacart at least once a week, if not more, before this challenge. But learning how much extra money I was spending really took the temptation out of it. And I've learned that I can go to the grocery store. I am strong enough to go to the grocery store and I can get up and plan and do these grocery store runs myself. And I actually canceled my membership. So bravo to me. Now that crutch is gone and I will be going to the grocery store myself. So gold star for me, pat on the back. I'm very proud of myself. Ashley gave up getting soda out and unnecessary spending. And the way she tracked it, she's not exactly sure how much money she saved, but her lesson was that she doesn't always need to buy the things that she thinks that she needs. So she kind of freed herself from that way of thinking. She can give herself some time between buying the thing that she thinks she needs to determine whether she actually needs it. So that was really exciting. Gold star for Ashley. And then Kim is next, and she gave up unnecessary spending. So we talked about, in the last FREEbruary update, we talked about setting specific goals. And this is where I think Ashley and Kim both fell into that. We'll be more specific next time. But Kim gave up unnecessary spending, so she's not sure how much she saved. But she did this really cool thing with her tracker where she graded herself. So she took the total number of days in the month, and then she took the total number of successes and divided that by the total number of days, and she got a 71% score, which is a passing score. So I'm very proud of her. So gold star, Kim, on your FREEbruary challenge. Next up is Katie. She gave up unnecessary spending, which she did have set parameters around that and what days she could spend and what days she couldn't and what that looked like. So her total savings for the unnecessary spending part was $240 just by cutting out those expenses. But she also added selling things to that challenge. So she was able to move about $900 into her savings. So bravo, gold star, Katie. I'm very proud of you. And then Lila, she did for FREEbruary, she gave up dining out. She has 4 kids. One of them is a newborn, and she gave up dining out. So she took on cooking and grocery shopping during having a newborn while doing FREEbruary challenge. So I'm very proud of her. She took on a lot. She didn't actually save all that much money, but she was made aware of her how much money they were spending going out to eat and then how much money they spent on groceries this time. So she was made aware of those habits, which she was really impressed with, and then how important it is to have a plan for the groceries. So while they ate at home, they were buying things just what I would call unplanned, and they bought them as they needed them or wanted them. And so her big lesson was that she needs to plan her meals. And so she's looking forward to planning her meals and even doing some meal prep going forward. She can see now how much money that is going to save her in the future. And she's looking really forward to changing those habits. So Gold Star Lila, I'm very, very proud of you and very excited for you. And then Bree, she gave up Starbucks. She was going to Starbucks 5 days a week and she went down to one. She is also, the way she was tracking, unsure of exactly how much money she saved. She thinks it was at least $50. I'm guessing it was way more than $50. But what she noticed was the health benefits. So she is newly engaged, and at the beginning of February went for her dress fitting, and at the end of February went for her dress fitting. So her lesson learned was how much sugary drinks were affecting her her health. So she lost at least 2 to 3 inches in every measurement category at this last dress fitting, which is so incredibly crazy to me. So bust, waist, and hips, 2 to 3 inches at every measurement. And all she did was cut out those sugary drinks from 5 down to 1 day a week. Nuts. I'm Bree Gold Star. I'm really excited to see that not only financial benefits, but health benefits as well. That's just incredible to me. And the last one I wanted to talk about today was Becca. Her and her husband, they're the ones that made a menu plan with 30 meals on it, and they just picked one every day and they made their meal. They gave up dining out for 30 days, or well, for the month of February for the FREEbruary challenge. And they estimated that they had in previous months spent approximately $30 a day dining out. So they estimated they saved between $900 and $1,100 on this challenge. And between the not dining out and the cutting out of unnecessary spending. So I'm just so proud of them. But what she said her lesson was, and I'm going to read this, is the biggest thing that we learned from the challenge was the fact that we thought we'd be struggling the whole month. We thought that we'd be miserable and not being able to take the easy way out and being forced to take the time to plan and cook. But we actually were intentional about what we wanted to cook and eat. And in turn, we ended up spending quality time together and creating healthy habits that we've continued into this following month. So when I asked them at our last Budget Babes meeting, they were both there because we did the budget partner check-in as well. I asked them what their goal was for March. They're going to keep on with this no dining out. They didn't even say we're going to dine out less. They're going to keep on with this no dining out thing and see where their savings can take them. So a Gold Star, Becca, I'm just so proud of everybody that participated in this challenge. I am blown away with the progress that they've made in their savings. They're knocking out, and they're fully funding emergency funds. They're knocking out sinking funds, and they're paying off debt like crazy this month because of a challenge that we did. And it's so exciting. I forgot, like Kim paid off some credit cards, and I'm just so excited, you guys. I can't wait for the next challenge. I wish we would have done one for March, like March Madness or something. My wheels are spinning with all these different challenges we could add. Because it was so exciting to see how much progress these guys made, or these girls made, with their budgets and their saving and their sinking funds and their debts and their emergency funds. But truly the most exciting thing for me really was the lessons that they learned and the habits that they're changing, because budgeting is more than just math. I say it all the time, but it's not just putting pen to paper and adding up your expenses and adding up your income. It is truly habits and the behaviors around it. If you don't tackle the behaviors and the habits, you will never have a successful budget. So you have to look at these things, and you have to be willing to examine them and change them and do the hard work behind them and talk about these things with people. Find an accountability partner, find somebody to budget with, talk to me about it. I will help you. I love this stuff. I mean, you can see I'm just totally nerding out here. No matter what, do the work. Don't give up. You've got this.